Thank you, Stephen. And so 2 examples of how the Holy Spirit worked in my life. I'm thankful for the Torah portion this morning. It kind of made me think even deeper about one of these experiences. So many years ago, I belonged to a church that would have a Resurrection Sunday service down on the beach each year. And for a few years, I would help each year set up some kind of artwork, some kind of scene of the crucifixion, usually. And so I was down at the beach really early this one year, and it was Gyro Bay or Gyro Beach, and I was setting up 3 crosses, and these were the biggest ones I had set up. Before I had taken some driftwood and I painted an image of Jesus on one and the 2 thieves on another, and a few different things on different years. And this year I was making this big cross. It was probably like 12 feet tall, and I haven't had many experiences where you could say this is definitely a miracle, but there's been many times in my life where God has just orchestrated things in such a beautiful way that you'd be like, wow. And so what happened this morning was totally dark, and nobody was there yet. On a few of the other occasions, somebody was helping me. On this occasion, I was there by myself. I got this cross up. I was just sitting there waiting. And a car pulls up, circles the parking lot, and as it circles the parking lot, I had the cross, and I had a piece of wood that I put on the top of the cross as the sign that said, Jesus, King of the Jews. And the light from the headlight of the car just glazed just off that sign, so that was the only thing you could see. And then it circled the parking lot, it must have, because it came back and lit up that sign again, came back around again, and then it parked. And the beam from the light shone just on the sign, and it was on for I don't know how long, minutes maybe. And I was just sitting there, and I was like, wow, that's amazing, because it was the only thing on the beach that was lit up was the sign where it would say, Jesus, King of the Jews. The other experience that I had, I guess I'll talk about art experiences today. It fits with that Torah portion because, God is the artist and he created, and we got to listen to that, and I was thankful to be able to listen to that whole account of creation. So the first painting I did for this church, because they were trying to do something where they'd have a piece of art up every Sunday evening for their service. And I was doing this big painting. It was around Advent time of the Mother Mary holding the baby Jesus. And this was the first painting I had done for the church, and I was wrestling with this painting, and I was doing bigger paintings at that time. This is like an 8-foot tall canvas, and I painted Mary, and I was painting it, and the face, it just wasn't right. It was really bugging me, and I was up late into the hours of the night. I'm like, no, it's not working. And finally, I just said, okay, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm leaving this. And so I went to bed. I got up the next morning, and at some point during the day when I was like, I'm going to go back and finish this painting, I looked at it, and the face looked perfect to me. And with acrylic paints, the colors shift a little. They get a little darker usually. And, God is the creator. He knew how that paint was going to shift. And when I got up and I saw that face, I was like, that face is exactly how I wanted it. And I didn't touch it again. I didn't put the paintbrush to that canvas on her face again. And what it made me realize, this is the thought that came to me at that time, is like, for my art to be successful, it was more about what God was going to do than what I was going to do. And so those are the 2 experiences I want to share with you this morning. Glory be to God.